The strain's starting to tell in supplies for shops and supermarkets, in the demands on frontline workers like police, even on bin collection. Keeping up a full service is getting harder with the numbers self-isolating. There have been some gaps on the shelves. This was a Morrison's in Liverpool, this a Lidl in Milton Keynes, but this is still very rare. 5 News contacted all these supermarkets who told us they are managing any shortages, but it is getting harder to keep supplies moving and shelves stocked. The boss of this supermarket chain went further.
The government says that it wants to make sure that critical services can function. Well, Iceland is a critical service and we're struggling to function at the moment. So that's why we need clarity, and we need key worker exemption for retail workers, but also HGV drivers.
And the pressure's on to fill gaps in the staffing of emergency workers like police, with up to 15% of officers on a daily basis not available for their shifts, according to one police and crime commissioner.
We've got to do everything we possibly can to alleviate that pressure, because I don't want it. I don't want officers coming to me and saying, we're done, we're tired, we've got nothing left to give. Before we get to that situation, I want to see us do something about it.
In the week up to the 14th of July, nearly 620,000 people were contacted by the NHS App and told to isolate. The calls to do something about this are getting louder.
Does he not think it's time for the government to listen to public opinion and scrap the 10-day isolation requirement immediately for people who are pinged who have been double jabbed, in favour of having to get isolate until they have done a negative PCR test? Otherwise, we risk losing social consent for this very, very important weapon against the virus.
But ministers say they won't change it before August the 16th.
If you allow all these things to happen too rapidly and people then decide not to self-isolate, then I think you run the risk of infection rates running away.
The app is doing what it's supposed to do. It is the case numbers that are rising, and while they do, the danger of getting pinged will grow.